Hello, everybody. Welcome back, dear students. Now we are moving towards the next module, number 4. We have covered so far all the three modules. I'm sure you must be having a great time in the class and you must have done various activities so far. I'm sure you must be enhancing your level of happiness like never before. So, without taking a pause, let's move on to the next module, number 4, leading through positive attitude. This is an essential component of enhancing, further sharpening your level of happiness. If we can do so, it's very easy to say to have a great attitude. It is very easy to say develop positive attitude. But what it takes to develop that, it requires too much of effort. Sometimes even a one insight, if you can develop that, it can make it. But we need to understand what is the science behind of developing the positive attitude and how we can use that attitude to enhance our level of happiness. So this is what we are going to learn in this number 4 module, leading through positive attitude. In this module we would be having three components: understanding positive attitude, building positive attitude, creating happiness through positive attitude. So we need to understand first of all what it is. You might have studied in various other subjects, but in the context of happiness, we need to apply that. This class is only about applications. This is not a kind of a theory based classes where we talk about attitude, but the attitude remain the same. In this class we have to learn how to develop that. We need to understand how to apply also, and we need to create those vibes around that. You are known for your attitudes. Attitude normally we understand in a negative language, that this person has a attitude. But that attitude, if we see it in a very positive language, means when a talent is mixed with attitude, it's a deadly combination, or you can say it's a rare combination. Attitude without talent makes no sense. Attitude without talent is like a balloon having just air. You put one needle into the balloon and the balloon can burst it out. But to have a solid sphere and of the bigger size of the balloon, same size of balloon, no matter how many needles you put on the steel sphere, it is not going to break it out. So this is the power of an attitude when it is mixed with the talent, when it is mixed with the strength. If it is without the strength, the attitude is just arrogance. So we need to understand more on that in this subject, in this module. Attitude is the state of mind, as we all understand. Mind, when we say mind, actually mind is nothing but a collection of thoughts. It's like a tape recorder. You can keep on playing your thoughts one by one, but then attitude is a great chunk, is a great, you can say, like if I say, in your home if you have rooms, in the rooms you have tape recorder, you have a television, you have a bed, you have a sofa, you have a chair. So this is occupying a space into that room. Similarly, if I want to say what is a mind is like a room, and attitude is the space it takes inside that mind. Because anybody who is going to enter into your room, into your mind, where are you going to ask him to sit down or talk with? So he will be sitting on the sofa or on the bed or on the floor. How you are going to treat him, how you are going to respond to him? Are you going to invite him in your kitchen or into your dining hall or into your bedroom? Depends on what is the state of your mind, because this is the kind of a response you are going to give when somebody comes to you. So this is a kind of a response. So your attitude is your mindset. It is the way you look at the things mentally. It is the non-action, but it is a, before you make any action, before you make any action, you have to know what are your mind realities. This is the response system. This is the kind of artilleries of a soldier. Before you go and shoot a soldier, you have to plan what are your resources that you have. So attitude is that kind of artilleries, kind of resources that you have before you respond to somebody. They indicate one's feelings either. It's also a kind of an affectionate feeling. You feel for your friend, you feel for your family, you feel for your community, you feel for your country. What is the kind of a response in terms of a feeling is also a component of that. So this is, you keep on hearing frequently. Do you want to hang around with people who always say things like, I am no good at anything? I'm sure you must have met some people around who they normally says, "I'm no good. I'm of no use. I'm useless." So some people says, "I never get a break," means they think they are too much occupied. Some people says, "I don't like feel doing anything," means I just want to chill. I just have no mood to do it. It means they're talking in terms of a feeling language. In the first person, he is saying in a language of a helpless person. Second one also saying a kind of a busyness, that he is so busy. Third one also feeling like unused or unworthy. So if you want to say, this is a kind of a strong feeling, strong space in the mind which is being occupied. So attitude is so strong. It could be so positive, it could be so negative, but it is essentially a kind of a strong space it occupies inside your mind. So we need to understand it as much clear. Attitude reflects how one feels about something. It is about something. It could be revolving around your actions. If you are a professor, it will revolve around the teaching. If you are a student, it will revolve around learning. If you are a husband, it will revolve around the work balance, work life balance. It will revolve around your family. If you are a businessman, it will revolve around your products, about the services that you are going to do. So how do you feel about whatever actions you are doing, whatever roles you are playing? If you feel like teaching and you love teaching, you will be a passionate teacher. If you are a good student and you will enjoy learning. If you are a passionate businessman, you would be having a kind of a impact or interaction in a very positive note about your services. No matter you even sell the any products from the needle to the Boeing planes. What are you doing? It is your attitude, not your aptitude, that determines your altitude. When we say altitude, it means the success. When we say aptitude, it is nothing but your inclinations towards that. But attitude is the sustenance, is the constant walking on that journey. So if you have this attitude, people are born with the attitude, or people can make attitude. This is a kind of a journey that we have to understand it. If we don't develop a positive attitude, then we always have a situation and we will always respond to it in a negative manner. Think in the language of a motor, water motor. Whenever if you are living in a say 10th floor, 15th floor, 7th floor, the water doesn't come automatically in your tap, in your washrooms or in your kitchen. The water comes because you have a tank, a water storage tank on your 15th floor or 10th floor and all that. But that water doesn't come automatically on the top floor or even on your floor. You have to put the button on, the button of the motor. If that button of the motor is not on, the water whose nature is to flow at the lowest side or the lowest place, it has no intention to come to you. So even if you want the water to come to you from the lowest groundwater to the 15th floor, 17th floor, 20th floor, whichever floor you are living, you need to put the water on, motor button on. Similarly, it is if you don't put the positive attitude button on, you are not going to climb the success stairs. because it is the only sustenance parameter that you should include in your life. If you take two people with an equal skill set, the person with a positive attitude will win, because he is going to survive the ups and downs. When you have an attitude, actually it simply means is you will be willing to cross the hurdle. Your way of thinking, whether positive or negative, is a habit. So please remember, again, this is a kind of a different kind of habit which occupies a space permanently. So once you develop this habit of having talking very positive, when we say positive attitude, it also means how much positive self-talk you have with yourself. What kind of self-talk you have? Do you talk very positively about yourself to yourself, or do you always think, I cannot do it? Do you always think in the language of impossibilities? Are you always thinking in terms of negativities? Okay, before any work before any work you start, do you think it is an impossible action that you can do, or do you always visualize its success? How do you visualize it? So we are going to learn various actions, uh, activities, how to develop that, because you are always communicating it. Even if you have a bad mood, you have a good mood, you communicate it, because something has elevated you, or something has put you down, because you have a kind of a perception about a situation, but that perception needs to be handled by the attitude. The way you perceive the world and your positions in it directly affects your dealing with other. A positive self-image, kind of a self-talk, will reinforce and improve both professional and personal relationships. Number two, building positive attitude. How to build it? There are various ways. It is just not that you will read a book and you will get a positive attitude. It's an action oriented one. Unless you develop a habit of that, I always say happiness is not a gift, happiness is a habit. You need to be into that habit of being happy, and attitude helps a lot. Actions are must, because without actions, without interactions, happiness is a far-fetched things. But I don't want to say it is impossible that if you don't do actions you are not happy. You cannot be happy. Yes, you can be happy, but that is a difficult thing. Means if I say to a child, okay, who is in the class nursery, what is the rocket science formula, how to send rocket to the space, it is possible, but at that stage he need to learn ABC first of all. So similarly, as we grow, the formulas, the actions, the activities keeps on changing, but the journey is the same. So we have to learn few methods how to develop the positive attitude to various activities. Again, appreciation, avoiding black holes of the life, devoting time to people. Unless we are entering into those areas of appreciation, you meet somebody and you don't appreciate the positive side. If you see the negative side the most, you are not appreciating side, you are not appreciating the side of the person. So we have to learn to see the positive in the other as compared to a negative in the other. Keeping calendars, if you are unable to manage your time and unable to manage to your situations, time will keep on running. Time is the only thing which is freely available, but once it goes, nothing can buy that. Avoiding black holes, avoid those areas, avoid those time zones, avoid those activities that eats your productivity, that eats your time for productivity, and it prevents you from reaching your goals. Please devote your time towards people. Somebody said very wisely, if you want to travel, if you want to travel fast, walk alone, but if you want to travel far off, walk with others. So this is the way you can also think in terms of how you can relate it. Creating happiness through positive attitude. The third component and the last component of this module. So happiness is the only goal, and all those things are the tools. Attitude is also a tool, but what is the objective? Objective is the experience of being happy. No matter you are a soldier, you are a businessman, you are a janitor, you are at whatever position you have, the only objective of doing any action is to be happy. Don't think happiness is a residue of your design. Don't think happiness. How many of you would like to eat the residual food of anybody? If somebody is eating the food and they say, "This is my remaining food, please have it," the remnants of my dinner, I'm sure you don't want to use it. You don't want to eat it. Similarly, don't try to get happiness as a residue of some activity. No, it should be fresh. The only beauty of the happiness is it is the freshest thing that you love about happiness. Happiness is not a stale thing. So understand, in that language okay, we have to create it. Somebody has said, if you can't find happiness, then please create it, because this shows your attitude, that how much value you give towards those activities, how much value you give towards those domain. There will be few methods, few activities we are going to do. Don't judge yourself. Combine the task with smiling. Remind yourself to do this task throughout the day. I will do my best. Even meditation, writing, plays, we are going to do all those activities, because unless you engage yourself into those creative aspects of those domains, happiness will be a little difficult thing. So attitude is must, but attitude with talent is the goal. Thank you and have a happy day ahead. Look forward to see you in the next session, the fifth module. Thank you. Bye.